commission meeting for Thursday. Order. I've asked Commissioner Watson to lead us in the invocation and Commissioner Cook to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Would everyone please stand?
Divided up, please. Father, we thank you for the grace that you bestow upon each one of us. We thank you for the responsibility and the ability to serve our customers. Ask that you keep our employees safe as they traverse these roads and serve our customers. Ask that you keep these Blue Angels safe as they perform over our county and keep our citizens safe as they watch this amazing show. We know it's because of you we are able to perform these kinds of miracles. We ask that you do this in your Son's name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We don't have any public comments, so now we get to do the fun part, which is employee recognition. We got a lot of people recognized. The first one is Caleb Love. I got to read that 6 times. I need you up here with quiet.
Yes, sir.
How many of these you got? 4.
That's number 4.
That's great. Caleb has over 7 years of experience in water distribution and treatment. He currently serves as a Class 2 water treatment operator where he helps ensure safe and reliable drinking water for our community. He began his career at Joint Water and Sewer as a utility service worker in water distribution. He has a water distribution operator license, his water operator Class 3 license, and his water laboratory analyst certification, and the Class A CDL. He enjoys working in joint water and sewer because of the supportive team environment, great co-workers, and constant opportunities to grow and advance your skills. I want to ask you, as supervisor, something. Do you have that many certificates?
Well, now, to Donnie's credit, he's got all but one of those because he don't want anybody to know, but he's got a CDL, so.
Uh-oh. What do you want to say about that?
He's, great boy, does, especially coming over from distribution, he comes with experience, so he helps us a lot on the maintenance end of what a lot of us don't really know more of just the water process treatment opposed to the maintenance side. So, it's a great asset to have someone like him,
Well, we really appreciate that. The water distribution has a lot of things to happen to it.
Yeah.
You gotta do a lot, so now you know about the whole thing, right?
Right.
In the saltwater plume. We hope we don't have to deal with it. Congratulations, I want to read this. State of Georgia Board of Examiners for certification of water and wastewater treatment plant operators and laboratory analysts certifies that Caleb Wayne Lovell, having given satisfactory evidence of the necessary qualifications as recognized by laws of the state of Georgia, has been duly certified as a water operator Class 2 in the state of Georgia. Signed the 15th day of May 2025 by Margaret Dobson, Chairman. Congratulations. The next one's Michael Allen.
Derek is not here, so I'm standing in. Well, he's here, but he's working a job right now, so I'm standing in. You get to go over there. You gotta go in the middle.
Did you come off the job site?
Yes, sir.
Good. Michael Allen, he has 1 year of experience with water distribution. Currently, he serves as a utility service worker where he helps ensure safe and reliable drinking water for our community. He has become proficient at making water main taps, installing new meters, and making fire hydrant repairs. He enjoys working in joint water and sewer because of the opportunity to develop new skills and have a long career providing clean and safe drinking water to residents and to the residents of businesses of Glynn County. What have you learned so far?
A lot.
That's something to do every day, don't you?
Yes, every day.
What do you like best so far?
Being out there with the community and the fellow crew members and just enjoying.
Do you have many inspectors out there looking at your work?
I would imagine so. I see a few here and there.
Talking about the customers.
There's plenty of them.
Well, we appreciate everything you've done. Look forward to a long career with you. And this is great.
Yes,
So
sir.
let me read this certificate. State of Georgia Board of Examiners for certification of water and wastewater treatment plant operators and laboratory analyst certifies that Michael James Allen, having given satisfactory evidence of the necessary qualifications as required by the laws of the state of Georgia, has been duly certified as a water distribution operator in the state of Georgia. Signed 15th day of May, Margaret Doss. Congratulations. Andrew, you want to say something about that?
Well, yeah, I don't work close with Michael every day, but I will say one thing. Every time I go up to a distribution job site that he's on, this man is working the whole time.
All right.
He is
All
not,
right.
he's not standing back watching everybody else do his job. So,
Thank you.
kudos to
Tina Brooks.
Hi,
Hey, how are you?
good, and you?
Fine. You've been here over 7 years, haven't you?
Yes, sir.
You work with her?
I do.
You want to?
I do, both of them.
That's tough, isn't it?
She got a tough job.
plead the fifth, Ms. Tina.
Tina has over 7 years of experience in wastewater treatment, mostly learning the inner workings of Academy Creek. Currently, she serves as a Class 2 operator, wastewater operator, and has been taking on additional duties at Dunbar and Southport since receiving her license. She is looking forward to obtaining her Class 1 certification in the near future. Which plant do you like the best?
Academy Creek,
Why is that?
because it's busy. I love to stay busy.
Good.
I tried to give her easier.
I don't like to sit still. I have a hard time with that.
What do you like best about Academy Creek?
Having to check everything constantly, stay on top of it, make adjustments. Love that.
Now, do you work different shifts?
Yes, sir, I do.
Which one do you like the best?
Well, it doesn't really matter to me. I enjoy day shift because I'm not much of a night person, but I'll do, it doesn't really matter.
You get along with your new boss?
I do, he's pretty great.
What's that?
He's pretty great. I hear a bunch of people laughing.
He's pretty qualified.
He's qualified.
Yeah. You want to say something about Tina?
Tina is one of the operators that I can go to that does a fine job. She said she likes to stay busy, and that's absolutely true. She's very watchful over the plant. She likes Academy Creek. She's been taken down to 29 in Dunbar. She finds it boring. There's not as much to have to pay attention to as at Academy Creek. She does a real good job of staying on top of stuff and keeping us informed, and that's what we need from our operators. So she's a fine example.
That's great.
I do got something quick to say. She made me write this, y'all. Outside of work, Tina's greatest joy and accomplishment is being a proud mother to her 20-year-old son, Nathan. In her off hours, she spends time with her father and takes care of her many rescues. Tina has a large heart for animals and doesn't see one that she can pass by, not even the turtles at Academy Creek wastewater plant in the winter. She's a champion for singing the praises of her coworkers and pushes them to be the best version of themselves. And on my first communication with Tina, I told her she was gonna come in and I was gonna show her the good, the bad, and the ugly of wastewater treatment. I can tell you that she's conquered the ugly, lived through the bad, and only good things await her in her wastewater career.
All right.
No, sir, he's not. I wish he was.
Well, I appreciate everything you do. Academy Creek's a tough plant.
It is tough.
and there's a lot of things going on there.
Oh, there is.
I'm glad you're excited about it, because this is the oldest plant we have, but it treats the most
Yes.
by far.
It does.
So I appreciate everything you do. This is great you passed this, and let me read it, what it says.
Sure.
State of Georgia Board of Examiners for certification of water and wastewater treatment plant operators and laboratory analyst certifies that Tina Renee Root, having given satisfactory evidence of the necessary qualifications as required by the laws of the state of Georgia, has been duly certified as a wastewater operator class 2 in the state of Georgia. So Margaret Doss, this 15th year of May 2025. Congratulations.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
We need one
Did you
more
get a
Byron.
good one?
She wanted
Did you
this.
get a good one?
I got one question. When
Women
did you
working.
take class 1?
Are we getting her ready?
Soon,
Good.
soon, and then hopefully I can get it.
That's really good news, isn't it?
It absolutely is.
Yes, it is.
Thank you, sir.
Next one is Jacob.
Jacob's not here, he's out today, so we'll have to get
Jason
Jacob
Butler.
next month.
Where's Jason?
Hmm? Yeah, there's a second sheet.
There you go.
I want to do some.
Yes, sir.
Good to see you again.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
I have to say, Jason loves his work. I met with him yesterday to find out everything he does, and he does an awful lot. He has over 14 years of experience in water and wastewater engineering, past almost 6 of which have been with the Joint Water and Sewer Commission. Currently, he serves as capital projects manager, where he helps oversee construction and rehab of both linear and vertical assets. He holds numerous professional certifications, including professional engineer. Jason serves as the GAWWA Distribution System Committee Vice Chair. He was inducted into the Golden Hydrant Society at the GAWP Stream Conference in Columbus. The Golden Hydrant Society is an award society organized through the Georgia section of the American Water Works Association for the recognition of professionals in the drinking water industry. Each year, 5 nominees will be inducted into the society after first being nominated by a peer, followed by selection from the members of the selection committee made up of the past year's winners. I have one question. You've gone through the rituals and everything?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you qualified.
Did the dance and everything.
Don't tell anybody what the initiation rites are.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you so much, sir.
With that, Chairman Turnsi did a fantastic job of talking about what the award is. But I serve in the executive council and asked to come down to formally present the award to Jason. Jason, your energy and the things that you bring to the table are contagious to all that are around you. We're super appreciative of all that you do, and excited to see what contributions you continue to make. Y'all got an absolute star here. Y'all appreciate him. You can feel it in the room, and so do we. And just keep up the good work, and thank you for being a part of our industry.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Andrew, you want to say something about that?
Yeah, certainly. Again, Todd's not here today, so I'm filling in for Todd, but Jason's been with us, like I said, about 6 years now, and he does have an infectious and contagious personality. He brings energy to everything he does, and he keeps us on our toes, making sure we're looking forward to the next thing. He's got great ideas, always bringing different concepts to the table for us to consider, and sometimes, even when they don't work out, he just keeps coming back, and he's a great asset here for us at Joint Water and Sewer.
Thank you, sir.
And the good pictures, the aerial pictures that we see Jacob took.
Yeah, Jason takes them with a drone over all the aerial photos
And
that
if
he
the
gets.
commissioner ever goes on the site, better be prepared, because Jason will take a picture. That's what I told him, don't take out. Congratulations.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Well, I want to thank my friends for showing up too.
City of Brunswick, Valancourt,
He asked us to do it.
Oh.
So we've been,
Black and Decker.
You take it, it's your award, you own it.
thank you.
It sure is.
We had two committee meetings yesterday. The Facilities Committee met and we approved the award of the Lakewood Avenue Water Main Extension and also a contract award for on-call boring services. We had infrastructure dedications for 5 projects. And then we discussed the water report, production report, plant flows and the testing at each of the treatment plants. And then we had the capital project Gantt chart that we discussed. Everything's going along pretty good. We have a lot of construction going on at the Cabot Creek. But hopefully that's going to be completed pretty soon. So we still have follow-up projects that we're going to have. We discussed that. Overall, we had a good project. And I'd like to ask Commissioner Watson, the chairman of the Finance Committee, to give a synopsis of his meeting yesterday.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Very similar to facilities, we reviewed the Lakewood Avenue water main extension project and recommended that the full commission approve that contract along with the on-call boring contract, which is a contract that's been in place several years. We recommended that be approved by the full commission, and then we also reviewed a surplus inventory disposal project related to old servers. Commissioner Cook may have a bid out on those already. And we went over the April financial statements from Mr. Owens, and I appreciate his detail to that review, and that was our meeting.
Thank you, Commissioner Watson. We'll move to the approval section of the meeting. First item is the minutes from the April 17th, 2025 commission meeting. Have a motion to
Mr.
accept.
Chairman, I'll make a motion, we approve the minutes as presented.
Second.
Motion second, all in favor? Carries 7-0. Item 2 is the minutes from the April 17th, 2025 executive session.
Mr. Chairman, I'll move that we approve the executive session minutes from March 20th.
Second.
Motion second, all in favor? Motion carries 7-0. Next item is contract award Lakewood Avenue Water Main Extension. Mr. Burris.
Yes, sir. Lakewood Avenue is a community street in the North Mainland community, just north of the city limits in Glynn County off of Community Road. There's currently about 685 feet of 8-inch PVC water main that runs from Community Road down past the City Public Works building right there down Lakewood Avenue, and then it stops. There's a hydrant at the end of it. We've had multiple residents in the area request the ability to tie on, but due to their private wells, which they're all served by, have began to fail. A lot of them are starting to report water quality issues, sand, and other things being pulled up in their wells. So this is an area that's identified as a prime candidate for system expansion. We were looking to get engineering together to put out a whole project for this. However, we have a customer that is demoing a house and fixing to build a new house 360 feet from the existing water main, which requires them to tie on. Based off of what would be required for the single connection, they would be required to run a 2-inch water main down to the property and then stub out their individual meter off of that. Given that we need to expand in that area anyway, we requested that J.H. Stone, who was being contracted by the customer to run the 2-inch main, to give us a price on running an 8-inch main so we didn't have to duplicate efforts. And so we've got a price here to run 560 feet, not 360, and that is so we can install another fire hydrant on proper spacing at the end. of 8-inch main with new fire hydrant and flush connection to allow for future expansion. The customer is going to pay J.H. Stone the original amount of $7,500, and so the net to Joint Water and Sewer would be a cost of $55,000 to J.H. Stone for construction. Now, there is one line missing on GIS, but this hydrant obviously is not just floating out there by itself. So it'll be 560 feet in this direction down Lakewood Avenue, and then in future months, we'll be coming back to you for a project to actually extend water along Kingsland, Burroughs, and the rest of Lakewood Avenue and loop that system in. But this just gets that process started, and this is funded from the SPLOST referendum for water and sewer expansions.
Motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move that the Brunswick-Glynn Joint Water and Sewer Commission award a contract to J.H. Stone Construction in the amount of $55,000 for the Lakewood Avenue water extension.
Second.
Motion is second. Any questions? Comments?
Have we used J.H. Stone for any work for us? I know
Yes.
this, yeah. Okay.
Yes, we've used them. They recently completed, they did some separate work from the city's project at Mary Ross Park. They completed the galvanized replacement there. They've done a lot of work for us over the years.
Awesome. Thank you.
Andrew, is all of this in the city limits?
This is outside the city limits. And you can kind of see, if you zoom out here, you can kind of see where railroad tracks are. It's understandable why this area never got service, because it's just a complicated area to serve, but these individual wells are starting to fail. So this is the first step to providing necessary service to that area.
Any other questions? Hearing none, all in favor? Motion carries 7-0. Next item is on-call boring services. Mr. Burris?
Yes, sir. Oftentimes we utilize boring or horizontal directional drilling, trenchless installation of water mains and even sewer force mains in areas that are congested or underneath major roadways, things where it would be troublesome to have to cut the road. We identified in previous years, we bid this out and bid out 4 sizes of pipe, 2, 4, 6, and 8-inch pipe. We went out for bid this time on Tuesday, April 15th, and got bids back on May 6th for 6 pipe sizes, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 12-inch pipe, and 16-inch pipe. 16-inch pipe that we went out for bid will most likely be used for casings under GDOT right-of-way. We likely will not be installing a lot of 16-inch water main, hopefully one day, but right now probably not installing a lot of 16-inch water mains. This contractor will provide labor, tools, equipment, and incidentals. Joint Water and Sewer provides materials for the project. We had one bid. TB Landmark Construction is the low bid and the only bid we have on this contract. They have done an extensive amount of work for us, and they are ready to go. So this will help us get some smaller work done without having to go get quotes on every single project. You will note that it is basically a very slow increase up until you get to the 16-inch pipe price. And as I noted yesterday, the reason it jumps up going to the 16-inch versus the 12-inch is that is a different boring rig to do that work. So you got to bring the bigger rig, and that costs more money to bring in. But TB Landmark, again, very successful. They've done a lot of work. They recently completed the Palm Drive job on Sea Palms that went very well, and have done the North Mainland project with 4105, 107 extension, and helped Valancourt with the water main extensions and the loops in the North Mainland as well. So very excited for them to get to work on this, and we can knock some of these old galvanized projects out.
Have a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move that the Brunswick-Glynn Joint Water and Sewer Commission award a contract to TB Landmark Construction, Inc. as listed in the attached bid submission.
Second. Motion second. Any questions or comments?
Mr. Burrows, we could do some of this work ourselves?
We can internally, we can bore 1 and 2 inch lines. We don't have the ability to bore anything larger than that.
We would have to purchase a significant amount of equipment.
Right. We're in the next budget year, we're going to purchase a 4-inch missile, which is actually the boring head, but it's a little bit different the way we do it versus the way they do it. So the equipment to do this was significant amounts of 6 figures to install these trenchlessly.
Obviously a more efficient way.
Much more efficient way, and it's a skill set we currently don't have.
People who do it every day.
They do it every day.
Yeah, well, that helps.
Any other questions? Hearing none, all in favor? Motion carries 7-0. Thank you. Surplus inventory, Mr. Burris.
Yes, sir. As discussed at the Finance Committee yesterday, these are old servers and electronic equipment that has now been outdated due to forced obsolescence. So we now have new servers in place to replace all of these. They are listed on our fixed asset register. Even though they're fully depreciated, we are required to take them as surplus to you to authorize their disposal in the manner most beneficial to the JWSC. Typically, we post these on Gov Deals. We assumed we would be taking these for an electronics recycling process, but Commissioner Cook said that there may be a market for this. So we might try it on Gov Deals and see what we can get, but these need to be taken out. So I ask for your approval to move forward with surplusing these items.
Your motion?
I move that the Brunswick-Glynn Joint Water Sewer Commission approve the listed items as surplus to be disposed of in a manner that is beneficial to the JWSC.
I'll second the motion.
Motion is second. Any question?
So all these have been purged completely, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there's software you run, and it turns everything on the drive to ones and zeros, which means it's, there's nothing there. Right.
It's a very expensive box.
You'll have to tell me if anybody actually wants these.
Yeah, we're going to try. I mean, we thought we were going to e-cycle them, but Commissioner Cook said there's markets.
Yeah,
So
I did
let's see.
mention this yesterday, when I worked for the city of Dania Beach in South Florida, we had an auction on site there, and we had a number of servers and PCs, and they were the first things that were purchased. A whole group came in, they bought an entire lot of them, and I said to them, I mean, these things are 5 years old, they've been running 24 hours a day. He said, well, they'll be in South America, on the plane to South America tomorrow morning. So I guess there's a market, aftermarket somewhere there, so for sure. Maybe we'll end up with some money.
Microsoft told us they weren't going to support them anymore, so we had to buy new servers. So we bought new servers.
No, they are obsolete, unquestionable.
Yes.
Motion is second. All in favor? Motion carries 7-0. Item 6, infrastructure dedications.
Yes, sir. So we actually have 5 dedications for your consideration today. Well, 4 and an easement. The first one is Alpine Gateway, which is located out by Canal Crossing. This little cul-de-sac street here. This is the property right here on the corner. We are recommending dedication of this section of gravity sewer under the public right-of-way. So from the manhole to manhole would be public. Everything past this manhole, which will serve as the sewer service for these 2 buildings, is to remain privately owned. The second one that we have, wrong tab. The second one that we have is at Friendly Express, the new Friendly Express on St. Simon's Island. This is actually the dedication of an easement to connect to an existing easement that was dedicated by the 50 Oaks subdivision that will connect the easements for access and installation of water and sewer out to Frederica Road if necessary, but allows us to access these mains back here that 50 Oaks brought in. The third one is True by Hilton down at the South Mainland, a new hotel that has been installed at exit 29. This is dedication of off-site water and sewer outside the right-of-way. And so this is the new True by Hilton, Highway 17, the I Am Not Your Mama, McDonald's and Zaxby's down here. So that will be dedicated for our ownership. The fourth one is Point Grand Island View, which is a new multifamily development in the city limits off of Highway 17. All infrastructure on site is master metered and will be left private. However, this is dedication of an easement over the meters. We own the water meters and we need access to those meters, so it's dedication over the water of easements over the water meters. And the final one is Southport Parkway Townhomes off of Southport Parkway across the street from the elementary school and beside the wastewater plant at exit 29. This is dedication of on-site water and sewer to serve those 77 townhomes at exit 29. All of this has been inspected by joint water and sewer inspectors and accepted, and dedication documents have been completed by the engineers of record for the values that will be recorded on the fixed asset register. There are record drawings attached as well as easement documents for each of these if you have questions.
Have a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move that the Brunswick-Glynn County Water and Sewer Commission approve and accept these requests to accept
infrastructure and easements with associated documentation.
Second.
Any questions?
I have a question, Mr. Burrows. This is pretty much automatic now, isn't it, on a new project like this?
Most all of them, there will be some level of dedication, particularly anything that's in the public right of way gets dedicated to us. Anything on
I
private
know-
property is up to them.
I know 20 years ago that may not happen in Norton, but I'm sure with all our computer systems and everything, we're able to identify everything now.
We are doing a much better job of documenting these processes so that in the future there's no confusion.
Right, yeah. Yeah.
Any other questions? Hearing none, all in favor, raise your right hand. Motion carries 7-0. Thank you, Andrew. Next item is Executive Director's update.
Yes, sir. A few updates for you today. Our annual town hall meetings will be held June 11th and 12th at 6 o'clock. June 11th will be at Howard Coffin Park. June 12th will be at the casino on St. Simon's Island. I'll give a presentation related to the budget and rates for next year, which we, of course, announced there will be no rate increase for next year, but we'll still go through the budget and rates. And also, given the opportunity, we're going to go through our active projects and things like that. So it'll be our standard meetings. Hope to see many of you there. A reminder that our June meeting actually regularly scheduled meeting falls on a holiday. So the plan currently is to have both a combined Facilities and Finance Committee meeting at 10 o'clock the Wednesday morning of June 18th, and then the commission meeting that afternoon at 2 o'clock, and no meeting on Thursday since it is a company holiday. And the final thing I have for you is the annual Georgia Association of Water Professionals Conference in Savannah is July 14th through 16th. It does require pre-registration, so if you were interested in attending any or all of those days, please let me know so we can get you on the list.
Andrew, can you have executive or the staff send us a calendar invite for those 2 open houses?
Yes, I'll get that.
And you're saying 10 o'clock for the two?
Yes, a combined Facilities and Finance at 10 a.m. and then 2 o'clock for the regular commission meeting that Wednesday afternoon.
All right.
Very rarely do our meetings fall on actual holidays, but this year that is happening. So, and considering that we'll have the rate resolution for next year finalized that day, we really need to make sure we have that meeting.
I got one thing, if you don't mind, Mr. Chair. I wanted to share that had a great meeting with city staff and Mr. Burrows and Ms. Roberts with our housing staff. So the city of Brunswick now has stood up a housing program. We've invested a couple $1 million there to do affordable housing. And it was a great discussion, initial talk about how can we partner with Joint Water and Sewer from a city perspective, getting these new customers online, specifically building new homes on city-owned property that we currently have. So great initial discussion on how we're going to partner together to get those new customers and reduce the development costs associated with those houses. So then again, that translates to a good product at the end of the projects. So you'll hear more to come as that program continues to get flushed out, and we'll probably we talked about discussing some 2 probably test projects that we'll probably bring to the commission to share more details about. Excited about that.
Thank you. Anybody else? I want to say a few words about the conference that we had at Jekyll. It's a 3-day conference, and it's the largest Georgia Rural Water Conference we've had to date. And we had quite a presence. LaDonna, how many people did we have registered in? What?
That was, yeah, we have our separate line. Everybody else goes to these 3 lines, and then we have our own line at the conference.
And it's a good time to meet the people that work for us and go into conferences, go into some of the meetings and see them paying attention. And they go to the meetings and they pay attention. I see some of the committees, some of the people that I know across the state, and some of their people don't come in until it's time to get the certification. They sneak in the back door just about the time. Yeah. Fortunately, it rained a lot the first day, so I mean,
They kept them off the beach.
beach. We had a good presence, and I just want to commend everybody. And I just want to say, all these tests and these employee recognitions we're doing, they have to put forth a lot of work to do that. And Andrew and I have spoken many times about the wastewater treatment operators. And there's not enough people getting into that business, and the ones that are in it are getting old, and a lot of them are retiring. So we need to encourage the entire community because, and I tell people, you know, you'll always have a job because there's always water and sewer needs, and in particular treatment plants. I mean, and that's a major investment for the whole community, or investments. So we just need to really recognize those people, and if you ever want to take a tour of them, we got Kirk Young, the director of the wastewater plants out there in the sewer system. He'd be glad to take you on a good tour. Some of them you have to walk up some steps, but that way, if you do that, we can maybe even give you a test too. Thank you, Kirk, for you and everything y'all do. I also want to commend the engineering department. I know Todd's not here today because his wife is having emergency surgery, and we need to keep her in your prayers. But I met with Harry yesterday. Harry's doing a good job, and he was a stand-in for Todd just in case he had to answer anything on the dedications and all. But they're working really hard, and they do a good job reviewing plans and in the private sector that we have. So I think the joint water and sewer is getting a better name outside in the community, and that's what we want. So I want to commend every person here, and I want to thank the commissioners too, especially the committee members. I don't know it, but by we having those committee meetings, it makes this meeting a lot easier and a lot quicker because we go through the things that needed to be discussed in a big discussion, and we come to an agreement. And so it's, I think we have a pretty good system, and I commend every committee member that participates. That's my update. We do need to have an executive session.
For property.
To go into executive session.
Motion.
Second.
Second, all in favor? Motion carries. We will go into executive session. executive session.
Motion to come out of executive session.
Second.
Can I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second.